Somebody say, take notes.
Take notes.
Because your notes will set the world free. Have a quick seat. As I try my best to lead out, elderly, give me a drink of water right quick. Thank you, Lord God. God, we come right now, God. Thank you, Lord God, for your word today. And Lord, I know for a fact, God, what you showed me, Lord. God, you showed me 4 people, Father God. You showed me 4 people, Lord. You showed me number 1, the person who's tired of struggling. Tired of being set free, but then I fall back. Set free, fall back. Set free, fall back, Lord. And God, you showed me that second person, Lord God, who's been set free, but they feel a pull. They feel a clarion call to speak into somebody's life, but they know for a fact I'm still struggling in other areas of my life. But God, you told me to tell them today that I don't care how much struggles you got, don't you wait to tell your message. God, you told me to speak to a third person. A third person who's been set free for a long time, but here recently, their old problems begin to get stirred up in them. And God, something in them makes them want to go back. I know I've been preaching. I know I've been singing. I know I've been saved. And how this old demon rising back in me? God, you tell me to speak to that person, tell them you're going to give them power today, how to really stand in the midst of a situation. But lastly, you told me to speak to that house, the whole house. The house that understands they ready to ship it to their next level of purpose. So God, we come to speak to the house today, Lord. We come to speak to the house today, Lord, right now in the name of Jesus, Lord. We come to speak to the house today, Lord. Can we deal with this take notes? Everybody say take notes.
Take notes.
Real quick, take notes. The word take notes by definition, the word note, the word take, right down the word take, we're going to move expeditiously as fast as possible. Expeditiously, but as fast as possible. Amen. I don't know, we may do this. I don't know, we'll talk to ushers and see what the best way to earth is to sit y'all, but y'all do look beautiful right now, but I can't promise nothing. We're going to talk to ushers, and I'm going to let the ushers let me know what they think is best. The word take by definition, take means to capture or take possession of. Everybody say capture?
Capture.
Or take possession of.
Take possession of.
The word notes is a brief record of facts, topics, or thoughts written down as an aid to memory. An aid to memory. Now I'm asking you a question, church. How many of y'all know for a fact that you've been through something? Been through means you came out the other side. And you literally know for your fact in your life that I wasn't supposed to come out of this. Amen. Anybody like that? I wasn't supposed to come out of this. But I came out. Now, how many of y'all look back on that and say, I don't want to go through that no more?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm asking the second question. How many of y'all that have been through something, came out, and ended up right back in it? Wow. And you try to ask yourself, how did I end up back here?
Sir.
And listen, and how many of y'all did not take notes on how you came out the first time, and now you got to figure out all over again? I got 2 of y'all. Amen. It's only 2 of y'all. So I'm going to throw both my hands up. That I'm like, why did I end up here? But this time, I'm going to take notes. I'm going through something right now. And tell my wife, whenever I go through something, I get excited. Now, and y'all may think I'm crazy. I don't have this high tolerance to pain, but I do have a high understanding to pain. That if I am in pain right now, I'm going to come out. Amen. Okay. If I'm in pain right now, somebody say, I'm going to come out.
I'm going to come out.
But when I come out, my goal is to never go through it again.
Is to never go through it again.
It's my goal. And so I'm going through right now, and I won't go to the full extent of it. Listen to me here. Somebody needs to understand when it's time for testimony. You can't tell testimony you still in test.
Right.
You can't, because sometimes the devil says, oh, you thought you was done? I ain't done with you. I'm going to turn up to the level. Somebody say, don't tell testimony until you got the test. But right now, something Bishop deals with, and I'm not excited about it. I'm not excited about it, but it's in multiple areas of my life. How many of y'all knew I fight with anxiety? I fight with anxiety. How many of y'all knew that? My wife knows it. My daddy knows it. I think Sister Tamika knows it. I literally struggle bad with anxiety. It got worse the older I get, it gets worse. And how many of y'all struggle with, don't do that to my main judge. If you struggle with anxiety, you're embarrassed about it, raise your hand. I got a couple of y'all. And if you know for a fact, it is real. Anxiety is the hardest thing ever. And I was on a plane a couple days ago, and I know I'm claustrophobic. How many of y'all are claustrophobic in the house? I'm claustrophobic, but I don't understand how fly planes, ride on planes and be claustrophobic. But I'm claustrophobic, and I'm sitting on the plane. I'm good every 10 flights. Me and my wife flew for the first time, and when she flew for the first time, she didn't know I got off the plane. Because we both sitting there, we both looking at our back, she looked up, and I'm gone. Because when I got on the plane, something overcame me, and it was a fear that I couldn't get off the plane. And how many of y'all know when you get on the plane, get in the airport, you can't leave outside the airport. If you leave outside the airport, you gotta go through security again. Well, I'm in this plane, and I ain't gotta go off the plane, I gotta get outside. And I gotta get outside of my plane about to leave. And so I get out, I'm going off the plane, and the woman said, you can't leave that door. I said, ma'am, look here. I don't know if you know like I know, but we ain't going nowhere until I get outside. She said, well, you can go outside for a second, but you gotta come back in. I stepped outside, took a deep breath, okay, and came back in. Now, he's supposed to have faith. He's the man of God. He's bishop. What are you afraid of? I don't know. Somebody say anxiety is real.
Anxiety is real.
And so I'm good every 10 flights. Every 10 flights, I'm good. And so I'm on this flight a couple weeks ago, and I was good. I was good. We running late, no problem. I don't mind being late. As long as you just let me know we're going to make it home, I don't mind being late. I don't want to get in a situation where I can't make it home, so I'm cool being late. So we get on the plane, and they decided to load us on the plane and move us to the tarmac, and we're going to sit in the tarmac stage till us leave. So the first 10, 15, 20, 25, I don't know, some amount of time I was good. But I felt some overwhelming anxiety overcome on me, and I felt it coming. I said, I'm going to call my wife, because my wife can talk to me and make me feel better. Somebody say, nope. I literally started typing the number, and literally before I could put the phone in my hand, I took our run to the front of the plane and said, let me off now. How many know she open the door?
Oh, wow.
And all I got everybody on the plane looking like I'm crazy. And your bishop, strong man, sitting on the front of the plane on my knees and say, help, please. I'm literally on my knees, help, please. And all of a sudden, my wife, I thought she hung up. But she's on the phone the whole entire time. The woman, she calmed me down, fanned me. Now y'all gonna judge me after this, I don't care. Calmed me down, she fanned me, gave me some water. And about 5 minutes later, I was able to get up and go back to my seat, and I was okay. But somebody say anxiety is real.
It's real.
And it does not stick just to planes. They go to other places. I'm struggling with some anxiety right now in my life. And listen, my wife has been really praying me through it. But when I come out, I tell my wife one thing about it. I promise you, I'm going to take notes on this thing. And when I come out of this, I'm writing a book about it. Because I know for a fact there's a lot of people in this world struggling with the very thing I'm struggling with. And I mean, see, y'all too holy. Y'all look to grab my ear. I can't grab my ear. I can't. You want somebody to grab your ear? We'll talk to somebody else. I just can't do it. But can I deal with real stuff?
Yes, sir.
Because the truth be told, you can be as holy as you are, but you're still going through some things in your life.
Sir.
And listen, you ain't lying. You with somebody. We all lie sometimes. But you ain't cheating. You ain't stealing. You ain't cussing nobody out. But I'm still going through from the inside. The biggest enemy is the enemy in me. And so I've been fighting with this thing so much. I tell my wife about it. I'm taking notes in this situation. I promise you, I'm taking good notes. I'm taking some real good notes on this one because I think I got to figure it out. I talked to my wife, and she's been helping me with it. She's been praying with me and everything, holding me up in this situation. And listen, and it's even growing our marriage. So listen to this, because when you go through, it's going to grow you so you can help grow somebody else.
Yes.
So it's growing our marriage. I thank God so much. That's my ride or die. She's not my ride or die because she had my kids. She's not my ride or die because, listen, she's been with me for 19 years. She's my ride or die because when I was down, she made sure she pulled me back up.
Yes.
And I was up too far, she made sure she pulled me back down. You need somebody, Brother David told you last night, you need somebody who will be able to talk to you up under your juniper tree. And listen, and I thought about when you said that, brother, I said, boy, my juniper tree for real. That's my juniper buddy. But the point is, how many of y'all understand? Listen, I want you to take your pen and paper out today. This is so important. Take your pen and paper out today. I need you to write this down. If you don't have pen and paper, take your phone out. I'm not intimidated by your phone. Take your phone out. So important. This series would not make any sense if you don't do it. I'm going to tell you right now. It would not make any sense. And I'm not going to try to make you shout, scream, yell today. I'm trying to make you change. So it don't make any sense if you don't do this one part here. I want you to write down either something you just came out of, something you're in right now. Either something you just came out of or something you're in right now. That you know for a fact that when I come out of this, I don't want to miss the notes. Because I don't want to go back. Whatever you're in right now, I began to go through my life over the last few days when I was preparing for the sermon and thinking back over a lot of areas that I've been through. And I'm like, man, God, you've been amazing. And some things I had to go back and think back over the notes because I didn't write them down. But whatever in your life right now that you know for a fact either you came out of or you in, that you know for a fact I need to take notes in. I want you to write that down for now. I'm patient. I see some of you writing. Notes are important, especially for every member of this church. I can't speak for every church, and I'm going to tell you why after a while. Notes are important, especially for every member of New Destiny Fellowship Church. You sign up for this church for one reason and one reason only, because you got notes. There's no reason why you're here. And the reason why some people can't be here, because they may be called to a different church. The people who are supposed to be in this church, you have notes. I know for a fact you have notes, because you would not be a part of New Destiny if you didn't have some notes. How many of y'all got a pass?
Yes, sir.
You got notes. How many of y'all got a present? You got notes. How many of you got a future? You're going to have some more notes. Amen. The old folks say you're going in a storm, or come out of a storm. So listen, I want you, if y'all got that, the word take notes means capture possession of, the word notes means a brief record of facts. So this lesson or this whole entire series is encouraging each of us to capture or take possession of facts so that you will have them as a memory aid, So listen, I've already talked to, and I have to revisit this, so important I revisit this. I've already talked to, number one, the people and let them know the first reason we take notes because your notes, everyone say, your notes will set you free. Somebody, y'all, it's too many y'all in here not to talk to me. Somebody say, your notes will set you free. That's the first thing you gotta realize. Your notes set you free. Listen, the reason why you know your notes will set you free because your notes will help you if you were in a situation, whether it was a bad marriage, whether it was a bad financial condition, or maybe it was a sickness, or maybe it was a bad job, or maybe you was in a situation that was good, but God called you to a higher level. Because all no transitions are not bad transitions. Some no transitions are good transitions, and them are the harder ones because you're trying to figure out why I left a good thing and came to a bad thing, and your no's really going to keep you in that situation because it's a whole lot easier to go back and go through the hell I'm in right now. I got anybody that can say amen to that. It's a whole lot easier to go back to an apartment and deal with this hell in this house. Yes. I was cool in the apartment, and somebody told me, and listen, it wasn't just because, now listen. Because some of your notes need to be what God told you, and if you don't have them notes, just because man told you, and then your notes don't move.
Right.
Okay? Your notes should be some testimonies God gave you. If you don't find that last prophetic word in your notes, don't move until God tell you. When God tell you, move. But now I'm in this new house because I know for a fact God told me. And listen, and God kept telling other folks to tell me. And listen, and I got uncomfortable. Now, if that was the truth, you got uncomfortable in a good apartment. You got uncomfortable. Your neighbor started acting ignorant. That y'all was cool, but now your neighbor is parking in your own park spot or whatever it is. You got uncomfortable in your own place, praying for your new place, now want to go back. I got anybody in the house. I got uncomfortable in my own place, prayed for my new place, got to my new place, all hell broke loose, and now the old place showed up tempted. So I said, notes are necessary first to set me free. As long as I'm here, it's like I teach you to. If I could rename this series, and I can't rename it, I'm too deep into it. If I could rename this series, I would call it the steps in ministry. The 4 steps in ministry. If I could rename it, you can write it down and act like that was the name of the series. I just can't change it. You can. Everybody say the 4 steps.
4 steps
in ministry. Before you can ever get up here and start preaching and pastoring or even singing and dancing, you gotta have a transition.
Yes.
You gotta have a transition. You gotta understand who you are, where you are. And the first step, you gotta have a story. Everybody got a story. What's the story? I've been changed in some area of my life and another. I've been changed. Listen, I'm not the same person I want to be. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not the same person I used to be. Someone said, I got a story. And I've been changed. I'm here now. I used to be there, but I'm here now. I'm trying to get there, but right now, at least I'm here. And what's holding me here is the fact that I know for a fact what God did for me. It's my first step when it comes to ministering or being in any type of a message or anything is understanding that I'm not where I used to be. And then how I got here, why I'm here. It's so important. So the first thing you gotta realize, your notes were made for you first. Don't get notes so fast and you're trying to tell folks your notes, but you don't believe your own notes. They were made for you first. You got to get that in your spirit. Everybody in here, I don't care how advanced you are in the spirit, you sometimes got to go back and look at your own notes, even though you are sharing your notes worldwide. Because in the middle of all this, you ask yourself, man, why am I here? You need your notes to set you free. Somebody, my notes first.
My notes first.
Set me free.
Set me free.
Now the second notes will set your community free. We talked about this before. Somebody said community. Some people are in community situations right now. Write the word community down. The word community by definition are people who look like you. People who have something in common with you. It's community. But y'all are connected because of chaos or crisis. You are connected because of crisis. Community are people who have something in common with you, but they are connected with you because of crisis. They're connected to you because of crisis. We talked about a couple of months ago, whenever we start this thing, or even last one we started this series, how whenever you can live in the same neighborhood, but don't mean we're in the same community. We're in the same neighborhood. In our neighborhood, this last Imelda, is her name? Imelda, what's the name of that last storm? Imelda, whatever her woman's name was, she did a storm to us. But she flooded our neighborhood. Over 20-some houses in the front of the neighborhood got flooded. It's worse yet. We've always got water in the neighborhood, but this time actually got into houses. Over 20-some houses in front of the neighborhood got water in it. Now, back in the neighborhood we lived didn't. It got closer than it ever have, but it didn't get in the house. But listen, the front of the neighborhood we walk through, listen, we drive through the neighborhood. Now listen to this. I have to be at church. I got somewhere to go. I'm driving through the neighborhood. I see the whole entire front of the neighborhood working together. Listen to me. The whole entire front of the neighborhood working together. I'm feeling guilty because I'm not stopping and helping in their crisis. I have something to do. I had a funeral to go to. But how many of y'all know that if I was in the crisis, that funeral wouldn't have happened? I wouldn't have been at that funeral.
Right.
Because my crisis would have been greater than my condition, and therefore I would have been part of that community. And I would have been right there helping them. I felt bad, but I kept moving. Because I had a call that I listened. You can't let everybody's crisis become your crisis. You put yourself in communities you shouldn't even be in just yet. Listen, I love y'all, I'm here for y'all, but right now, that's your crisis. It looks like you got enough help. Me giving you a pity party ain't gonna help you out none right now. But when you hit outside the street, guess what? I'm gonna be there, I'm probably mad at you for driving by, but that's not your crisis right now. Know when it's your crisis, it's your community. Let me help you out one more time. Can I help you out one more time? Know also when it ain't your crisis, but the crisis remind you of where you come from. Remember, listen, because if I've been flooded before, good God, this is good. If I've been flooded before, I still couldn't have drove by. Because I would have knew some things that they just don't know just yet. And the compelling on the inside of me would have also made me stop so I can drop them some nuggets on how to make sure they don't go through the extra hell that I've already been through. So community is people who have something in common with you, but collected through crisis. But sometimes the crisis is past tense. And the fact that I see you going through is the reason why I gotta stop. Somebody say, I gotta stop. I see you in a situation where now you divorced, and I remember being divorced. And the same thing you're going through right now, I'm struggling with. And listen, I'm over it, but your hurt is my hurt because you look like my past hurt. Somebody say, your notes will set your community free.
Set your community free.
Your community are folks who look like where you come from. That's your second call. Your first call is to you. Your second call to people who look like where you come from. Everybody say with me, my first call is to me. My second call is to people who look like where I come from. You don't collect in misery because of your misery like company. That's a different problem. You collect in misery because your misery is over, but now I feel obligated to help them out of their misery. Anybody know what I'm talking about today? We're almost at my sermon today, but I got to take you through the journey. Second step, you stop just preaching to yourself, and now God will pull you to preach to the folks. But can I tell you, Brother Matt, God is pulling you because he wants you to perfect your story. He wants you to get your story to yourself first. Have you ever told your testimony, but after you told it the first time, you're like, oh man, if I get a chance to tell my testimony again, I'm going to do a little better. Because listen, it don't make sense the first time you told it. You told it to yourself for the whole 3 months, but it still doesn't make sense. But now you're verbalizing it, and it still don't make sense. But you feel obligated to make it better because you don't want no mistakes in this whole testimony. I'm talking to anybody today.
Amen.
Somebody say, first, it will set you free. Second, it will set your community free. Thirdly, it will set your region free. Write the word region down. The word region. The region is contrary to community. Community are people. Region is geographical locations. Region is people. Community is people. Region is geographical locations. Now, can I talk to you a little bit longer? Listen to this. So now, I got to the point to where when I first got saved, I was speaking to myself, and listen, can I tell you right now, when you first get saved, you can't go a whole lot of places. If I can be honest with you, you can't go a lot of places. You can't go to the club just yet. You can't. I hope you don't go back, but if you do, I hope you go back to preach. You can't go a lot of places. You can't. You can't go to people's houses. Why? Because you still kind of convince yourself why you're here. Because I know it don't make sense. First thing. And now you get saved, and now you start walking around. and God pull you and say, man, God, I don't know why, but I feel led. I gotta tell you this here. And listen, I ain't perfect by no means, but man, you remind me of me. And can I tell you? You tell me a story. And you walk around a little more, and you feel led again. I'm gonna tell you my story. And I feel walk around a little more. I feel like I'm telling you a story. Everywhere you go, you keep finding people who you gotta tell your story to. After a while, you get comfortable with it, and you ain't embarrassed them. Or you tell them exactly where you come from. Why? Because you get excited about your story. Because you see it's happening to folks. But then you just being poor to people. But after you perfected, God says, now I gotta send you back where people knew you in your old condition. It's a region.
Region.
Sitting at the Cold Spring because Cold Spring like me. Sitting at Cold Spring because that's where you come from. Yes, they remember the old you. Somebody told me that. The reason I can't go to New Destiny, somebody told somebody this. The reason why they couldn't come to New Destiny is because I know who Clyde used to be. That's why I'm here. Yes. I'm not here because I was a church boy. I was here because I got a lot of mistakes, and God took me to the car wash, fixed me, and sent my behind back to where I didn't want to come back to. I'm not here because I was perfect here. I'm here because you're my region. And I got 3 regions. I know folks from Cleveland, I know folks from Cold Spring, I know folks from Livingston. And you say, well, God called you to a region. I got excited when this is what told me. God, this region is yours. This region is yours. The much is given, much is required. That means you got a whole 3 cities that look like where you come from. And you're obligated to go take your dirty behind back and tell them all my scores. That's what we talked about last week, all my good wounds. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This ain't the biggest church. This means I got the biggest responsibility. And half of them ain't gonna like me and they still gonna change. They ain't gotta come and say thank you because your life changed their life. You should say thank you that you made my life worth it. Yeah. Everybody that changed because of your testimony don't owe you nothing. You owe them.
Yes.
Region. So is it region?
Region.
So now I stop going places where I'm called to people. Now I gotta go places where people are called to me. But when you get here, it's very important you got your story together. Because you go from being the victim to being the hero overnight. Can I help you out? You ain't nobody hero. This is the danger. This is the danger we live in right now. This is why a lot of people don't come to church anymore, because they stuck in folks' heroic stories. And instead of folks' heroes. Our heroes is God, we're not the hero. Can I help you out right quick? How many of y'all got a story? Now I'm asking another question. It's on this side of got a story. Y'all kids got stories too. How many of y'all got stories?
Yes, sir.
Let me help y'all one time. How many of y'all also got a region, even though you ain't even back yet? How many of you know some folks who still don't know you saved yet?
That's right.
How many of you know some folks that still don't know you set free yet?
Man.
How many got some folks that they see you, they probably still got beef with you?
Yes. Yes, sir.
But you're not allowed to have beef with them back right now. And I gotta stay away back because, listen, I gotta stay away back because I'm not to a point yet to where I can handle not going off on you right now. So now listen, I can't, listen, God still working on me. That's a true story. God's still working on me. Even me as a pastor, God's still working on me. But you still got a region. And just because you ain't went back, doesn't mean God ain't called you. Listen, gonna say, so region, so I'm in this region, but your story gotta be perfected. Because most folks, when they're in a region and they mess up, an imperfected story sounds like this here. You have a what and a how. Write that down. An imperfected story. All you got down is a what and a how. A what and a how. Brother Matt, when you go back to your region, everybody's not gonna call your name. But some folks will come in and say, Brother Matt, man, you look different, man. You look different. You got you a house now. You look different. You're married now. And your what is? Yeah, I got married. I got married. My what? How? Shoot, I'm a good-looking brother. I got a house. How? I got me a good job. Somebody said, what?
A what?
And a how.
And a how.
Here we get real fancy with it. Somebody, we get real fancy. How you get the house? Well, you know what? My what is, I did get a house. My how was, man, I went and I worked on my credit. Step 1, you gotta work on your credit. Step 2, then I made sure that I paid good on my credit for a little while. Step 2. Step 3, then after 6 months of doing that, I went in and they gave me a house. Sound good, don't it? So now you get a whole audience. Man, you wanna know how to get a house? We talk to Brother Matt. Brother Matt not perfect his what and his how. But he forgot the 2 most important elements of this story. So you got folks coming, walking around, following for the Netflix code. I gotta come to Matt every time I need the Netflix code because he got all the answers. So Matt got a whole audience looking for the next what and looking for the next how because he always told them, I'm the hero. I got all the answers. I got everything you need in my region, and I'm the biggest man in my region because I got a story in my region. Somebody told me the other day, if you get married, I don't care. Listen, I gotta leave. Why? Because I gotta go help folks. You got just a what and a how. You gotta figure out. You gotta get the front and back. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Somebody just got mad at me. I don't care. Because if I can save you from making the biggest mistake in your life, I want to. So I said, where is your who and your why?
Where's your who and your why?
Well, make your story different, and you can perfect your region, and you won't just stay in your region, because sometimes people are isolated just in their region. And God wants you to go to the world, but you can't go to the world with just your what and your what. So now what is the story gonna say? Brother Matt, the same Brother Matt, they gonna come to him, they're gonna ask him, Brother Matt, after he lost the house and got it a second time. Lost the wife and just got her back. And they're gonna say, Brother Matt, I heard you got a story. Yeah, I do. But it sounds a little different than it used to. My story don't just have a what and a how, it have a who and a why. Your story is powerful with the who, what, how, and why.
Yes. Yeah.
Brother Matt, how you get a house? Man, God.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
You can stop right there. And if you stop right there, what's gonna happen? Just stand up and say God and walk off. Man, hold up. What you
Right,
mean, God?
yeah.
Man, you don't really want to know because the hell that I went through, you don't want to go through. All you know is God. And you don't know, no, I didn't know much about it. No, because it's going to be some hard times, it's going to be some painful times. I didn't tell my story, but when I lost all hell in my life, ain't one good, so don't play with me unless you really want to know.
Yes.
If you really want to know, I can tell you my who right now because you can't handle my what and my why and my how. If you can't handle that, leave me alone right now.
Yes.
I didn't waste my testimonies on folks when they came looking to me. When they came to me, I felt poor and I preached to them. But if they ain't poured to me in this season, I can't preach. These folks I'm preaching to. The folks who I feel poor to, and the folks who are poor to me. Stop running folks down to tell your testimony. They don't care.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
They want your business, not your testimony.
Amen. Amen.
Stop running folks down to tell your testimony.
Amen.
They want your business, not your testimony.
Yes.
Because if you don't want my testimony, it's because you're in a test.
Yeah.
Someone say, my who?
My who?
So Brother Matt say, God. God. Man, you got a house because God? A wife because God? A beautiful little boy because of God? Yeah, man, God.
Yes.
What? God gave me everything I have.
Amen.
My what is what God did for you. God gave me a house. God gave me a job. God gave me a car.
Yes, He did.
God gave me promotion. God gave me. God gave me it to me. How? Sit down if you want to know. God gave me my what, but the how ain't pretty. I was in an old apartment, man. I was beat up and it wasn't no good. And me and my wife looked at each other every day. I'm gonna tell you something, I'm telling my story. And we sit in this house and look at each other, and we felt compelled to get a bigger place. But it didn't make sense. We sit in this house. Can I jump from my house, my apartment to the house I'm in right now? Because that story makes a little more sense to me because I can remember it a little more clearly. How you go from not being able to pay your rent, your house note of $600 to rent of $1,800? How many of y'all want to know that story?
Yeah.
Some of y'all know it already, act like you don't. So my who is God?
Yeah.
How you get into the house? Now the last time I talked to you, we heard you about to get kicked out. God. Man, how you do it? Man, it's crazy. We sit in the house, man, one day world's up in that place. I didn't want to let it go. I was trying to figure out how rob Peter paid Paul. Looked up, man, and the air conditioning was acting stupid. And he looked up and I messed around, replaced all the carpet in the house and messed up and everything going crazy in the house. So truth be told, it wasn't a pretty transition. My how was God made it so hard on me to stay till I ain't had no other choice but to leave.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna have, listen, How? Man, I saw another house, and I saw the house, and I felt like it was mine, and God denied me the first time. How? I looked for somewhere else, and God wouldn't give me the answer nowhere else, and God kept sending me back to that place. It wasn't pretty, but God denied me the second time. And I looked up the next time I'm riding down the road, and I forgot my paperwork. I needed my paperwork from the people who I gave my, I'm trying to go play golf, y'all. Needing my paperwork to get the discount at the golf course, but my last paperwork is at this place over here. So I called, look, I need the paperwork. And they say, do you still want the house? The house I've been driving to every day, parking in the parking lot on my way to my old house because I'm acting like I'm talking about my new house, doing stupid stuff like my wife would do. You talking about that house? And then the lady said, yeah, the house still available. And the lady man says, well, if you want the house, you got to come up with the first month, last month, and one extra part of the month. Well, if God want me to have it, He gonna give it to me.
Right.
Looked up and God gave me the first month, last month, and the other part of the month.
Man.
So they ain't pretty in my transition. Somebody say, who?
Who?
God.
God.
Somebody say, how?
How?
Hard.
Hard.
Somebody say, why?
Why?
Somebody say, why?
Why?
Because He wanted me to be able to tell my testimony everywhere I go. And if you're in a situation that God trying to push you out of, you got to be willing to let go of the old situation to move to your next situation unapologetically. What that sound like? God did a bad thing in my life to a bad person.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can't use two good to bad. God did a good thing in my life to a bad person. I'm sorry, I use my ebonics. But that's my story. And boy, I got that perfected. Got it perfected. Ready to tell everywhere I go. How you go from being part of a fellowship to having your own fellowship? God. Man, how? Man, I was uncomfortable for over 2.5 years. Didn't want to leave. Or you want me to say I just jumped out because I got mad at him? Nope. Still love him today.
Yes, yes.
But I was uncomfortable for 3 years because God kept showing me having my own. And I'm sitting there fighting with the whole time. See, it's the how that really changed their mind. The true how, not your pretty how. Because now I begin to radiate with them because I'm uncomfortable. It began to radiate because I know the fact that I got some me. It means I got to do something bigger and better. Listen, and be careful when that bigger and better is green. I feel like I'm supposed to do something bigger and better too. Well, tell me your why. Don't tell me that you got something big and better, but you ain't got a why. Because every good message got a why. Every good testimony, somebody say, got a why.
Got a why.
Yeah, I was really worried about this. I was like, God, I'm going to preach this message. Everybody was like, well, I know it's time to leave New Destiny because I got uncomfortable. Watch it. Make sure you got a where and a why. Because everywhere you're uncomfortable, I got uncomfortable at COM for a long time. But I didn't leave until I got my why.
Right.
God said, go to New Destiny, but don't leave your bishop. Still today. You think I like him all the time? But when I do need him, Bishop, I got a hard time. He sure why? Because I stayed in place.
Yes.
Everybody get that when you get there when you get home.
Amen.
So I perfected my story. I'm sitting in the story and I got it. Got my region, baby. Got my region. And Brother Matt, everywhere I go now, people run to me in my region, asking my story. I'm ready to tell them. Because I'm going around people who know for a fact what I used to look like, and I just trying to figure out how I got that way. And some people still gonna be around listening to you tell the story and get the story secondhand.
Yeah.
But can I tell you, secondhand smoke is just as bad as first-hand smoke?
Yeah.
And secondhand testimony just as good as first, secondhand.
Yeah.
Just get first-hand, secondhand. So don't get mad because they got blessed by secondhand. They may mess the story up, but they get the most of it. It's worth it, all right? So listen, baby. So we all found out that we called to speak to ourselves first. And then second, we called to talk to our community. Thirdly, we called to talk to our region because the region come to us. But I told y'all that y'all was called to talk to the world. How many of y'all really believe that your ministry worldwide? I got a worldwide ministry. Now be a little careful with you. Worldwide ministry come a worldwide problem.
Yes.
Can I tell you, every last one of y'all got worldwide ministry?
Yes, sir.
Sister Lindsay came to my wife because she got worldwide ministry now. Somebody say, I got worldwide in me.
In
You
me.
know how I know you're worldwide? Number one, because you shouldn't do this. This is not bragging or boasting. I just know who I'm called to.
Yeah.
And listen, can I tell you, I was called to you before I knew I was called to the world. It sounds cute when you tell everybody until you actually go through hell to get there. Yeah, we world changers in this. We world changers. We weren't world changers at first. We were world changers in the making. But the hell you go through make you world changers.
Yes, sir.
Come read the vision. Go to the vision right quick, Brother Darius. Put my vision up right quick. Just in case some of y'all didn't realize who you joined. No, the vision. There you go. Everybody, let's read this right quick. Ready to read. Okay, I'm sorry, NDFC Vision. We go ahead and hear. Ready to read. Here at New Destiny Fellowship Church, we truly believe that the change begins with us. Romans 12:2 reads, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Therefore, we have dedicated our lives to changing our minds about the way we think, about our family, friends, food, finances, and fun. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is what?
He.
And when we change our thoughts, then we can change our lives. Then we can show who?
The world.
So who?
The world.
Just Cold Spring.
The world.
Just Cleveland.
The world.
Just Livingston.
The world.
Somebody say Cleveland, Cold Spring, and Livingston just practice.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Because they know you enough to forgive you when you tell your story back.
Yes.
See, folks who know you, they tolerant of you. But when folks who don't know you, like Brother David, don't really know me that well, I had to make sure my story was together when I finally told him. Because he didn't have time to play around with me trying to make myself look good in front of him. Because where I'm at right now, I'm ready to let the whole world go. So if you don't change my world or put me back in the world, make your mind up, but don't play with me right now. A lot of y'all don't realize the reason why you go through what you're going through, not because you got a perfect message. God trying to let you perfect your message, because when you get to the world, you can't play with them.
Yes.
They don't know you. You don't look like where they want to go to. You look like the car they want to drive. You look like the marriage they want. You look like the house they want to live in. And you look like where they come from. So how you look like where I come from, but you look like where I'm going? I need to know your journey, and don't play with me, boy.
Yes.
Oh, you don't think, why do you think everybody on Facebook looking at all these coaches and everything where they want a world change?
Yeah.
But they really looking for world changers who've been changed by God for the world.
Yes.
So that vision is really who we are. One more time. As a man thinking in his heart, so is he. When we change our thoughts, then we change our lives. And then we can show what a world, what God's good and perfect will is for life. You are world changers in the making.
Yes.
And you ain't got to be perfect. My hand do. I'm going to preach the best message by my hand. I don't slap no more. I don't steal no more. I don't cut no more. Listen, the way I still lie. Don't look at the tongue, look at the hand. Just look at the hand right now. Don't talk to the hand, just look at the hand. My hand is the, listen, look at my hand wasn't new. Look at my feet, and it became there too. It wasn't always there, but it was on the way. I don't walk some places I used to walk. I don't kick folks like I used to. I don't step on top of folks to get where I want to go. I'm in a transition.
Amen.
But I'm not going to wait for I'm perfect before I start preaching. If you wait till you're perfect so you start preaching, guess what? You're going to be in heaven by the time you get there. It's going to be too late. Sometimes the people wait for your mouth now.
Yes.
Is it happening to anybody?
Yes, sir.
So, I'm going to tell y'all right now. Somebody say, I am worldwide.
Worldwide.
No, you don't believe it. Somebody say, I am worldwide.
Worldwide.
One more time, somebody say, I am
Worldwide.
wide. Listen, I've been reading books like crazy lately. I've never done it for my life. I've read now 2 books in 1 month. And listen, I read 1 book in 2 days. Steve Harvey, I just read, God told me, before you get into 22, you got to read 3 books. 3 books. And this is no lie, no joke. The first book you got to read, God said, number 1, you got to read the book Instinct by T.D. Jakes. Okay? I read that book. Woo! Deep. And then God said, you got to read Steve Harvey's book, Jump. Because in 2020, guess what we doing?
Jump.
What we doing?
Jump.
I believe in us so much in 2020. Well, I'm doing something I don't like that much. I'm doing a whole lot of reading. I love reading, but I don't like reading. I love to read new for me, but I don't like doing it. Anybody been there? So, this book is Jump. Blew my mind. I picked it up and I couldn't put it down. Book about this thick. My wife said, baby, you almost do. I said, yeah, baby, you gotta read this to get through. Steve Harvey tells his story, how he always knew he was supposed to be on TV. Old broke buddy who dropped out of college. You know when something on the inside of you, but you've been lying to yourself, telling yourself, my mama didn't do it, my dad didn't do it, my grandmama didn't do it, so I know I can't do it. But anybody been frustrated hanging around the family because nobody want to be nothing, but you want to be somebody, and folks looking at you and telling you, you think you too much, but you ain't think I think I'm too much. I didn't see myself where I should be, and I'm too busy letting y'all hold me back. So you know you got greatness inside of you, and Steve said, every time I got around somebody who didn't believe my dream, I didn't waste my time on them. I ain't got time to try to convince you and me.
Right. Right.
I don't have time to convince you and me. Now let me be honest with you. How many of y'all think that you got worldwide ministry in you? That's what we doing. Listen, it ain't just about preaching, but I know I got something in me. Maybe I'm supposed to have a business worldwide. Maybe I'm supposed to have a book to go worldwide. Maybe I'm supposed to have a song to go worldwide. Maybe I'm supposed to have a message. Something is worldwide in me. See, if you don't believe it, just go back to the other message you just called to your region until you get to worldwide. Don't get disappointed. But I want to preach to those who feel as though that I'm bigger than this. Brother Derek, your music bigger than this. So I said, we're bigger than this.
We're bigger than this.
Y'all think I'm being cocky, but I'm not. Can I help you out? So for you who really do think that you worldwide, I'm preaching to 2 people today. Brother Devin, 2 people. The first person I'm preaching to is that person who not worldwide ready yet. But once you know you are worldwide capable. Because I wasn't always worldwide ready. I still get nervous taking on Facebook Live. I practiced about 10 times before I jumped on there. And just so happened, thank God they want to show them to my friends who say they're my friend because they like me. Who only like me because it's on Facebook. And they ain't got to like some kind of way. All they got is a like. But I go in there and I play with it because I know it's something in me to do more. I want to speak to the world. But right now I'm satisfied with speaking to my region. I'm practicing so much. My wife, I used to tell her, girl, stop getting on that, stop doing this, stop doing that. And I used to, because I was scared of where she was going, because she'd go, I might have to go to.
Yeah.
So I said, but now, my wife literally, I'll tell you straight for you, she literally has been listened to for over 67 first ladies, from all the way to Baltimore, to Florida, to over to California, down to Virginia, to Houston. And they listen, and they eat. Why? Because her ministry is worldwide. I believe one day somebody from China gonna get on and say, girl, thank you for speaking to me. I'm over here in a whole different country trying to save people in a whole different country. Thank you for being able to be transparent on Facebook because I forgot who I was.
Yes.
See, it ain't about you. See, you can't go worldwide when the world makes you wide. You can't go worldwide when the world makes you wide, but you can go worldwide when the world don't make you who I am. It's the God in me. My message go worldwide, but I'm still here in Cold Spring.
Come on.
So the first thing anybody who, see this message, Bishop, why you preaching it? Because I believe in y'all.
Yes, sir.
I would waste it on somebody I don't believe in. I wouldn't.
Yes.
Kids, oh my, I sat down yesterday and talked to my children for over 30 minutes yesterday, and I was trying to tell them, baby, I believe in you. I want you to go places, listen, I want you to go places I can't afford and people can't take you.
Yes. Yes.
I want my daughters to go places that I can't afford,
Yes.
and some folks can't take you. Because if you wait for me to afford to take you everywhere, baby, I promise you, that my daughter right now want to go all the way to Stanford. And I've been thinking about this thing. She want to go to Stanford. And I was thinking, I got two choices. I can say, girl, you can't go to Stanford. Or I can ignore her and then I'll figure out how myself. That's what I said, let me tell you one thing. I believe you can go to Stanford. I don't know if I can afford it. But what I don't want you to do is limit yourself to me being able to afford you going to Stanford. And I definitely want you to limit yourself because people don't believe in you.
Right.
There's many different pathways to Stanford. If you gotta go to the military and go there, if you gotta get a student loan, whatever you gotta do, baby, if you wanna go to Stanford, I want you to believe you can do whatever you wanna do, but don't be limited by me taking you, because I want you to believe you are worldwide. If I take away now, she may limit herself just to Cold Spring. But if you wanna go bigger, baby, go bigger.
Yes.
But it's hard for us to do that to people, no more because we think we gotta pay for it or we mad they're gonna leave us. I'm gonna slow down and tell it to you. We don't want to tell folks that because we think we gotta pay for it, or we think we're gonna lose somebody.
Yeah.
Be willing to lose them so they can gain the world.
Yes.
Somebody say worldwide.
Worldwide.
I'm nervous right now. Can I talk to y'all today?
Yes, sir.
I'm nervous right now because listen. Somebody say I'm worldwide.
Worldwide.
No, y'all ain't ready. Somebody say he worldwide.
He worldwide.
Why is it hard for you to say I'm worldwide? You get jealous. Somebody say he worldwide.
He worldwide.
Let's say it one time because whenever the anointing falls on me, it falls on you.
Yeah. He worldwide.
And listen, can I tell you something? My job, since I've been on my job now for 17 years, is I waste me time yet. Everything I'm using my job, I learn how to transition over to ministry that make me a better pastor for ministry.
Yes.
And can I tell you right now, it's hard for me on Wednesdays. I'm so missing y'all on Wednesdays so much why I say, Devin, put me on the screen because I miss the church. And listen, the church may not miss me, but I miss the church. But can I tell you right now, God is preparing me to be worldwide.
Yes.
Brother Devin, you got to get to the point one day to where I can be willing to leave New Destiny and go from this church to that church, helping that pastor, this pastor. And they be grown up to know that I've been about doing ministry. Well, we're here doing ministry. But I got to mature y'all in the transition. So now he got to have a plan doing it for his job. But one day he's going to have a plan doing it for God.
Yeah.
But why? He worldwide. I'm teaching classes worldwide. Training what? Worldwide. And anytime I can be in Canada, I can be in America. Why? Because I am world. And I got to practice where I'm from first.
Yeah.
My reason is GE for now. But when I'm calling to the world, GE, goodbye, here I am. I'm going to say, GE, I need you to pray for this trip too because I got to stop in that Canada while I'm over there preaching to a pastor. Y'all don't know when you are in transition, you are in training at the same time.
Yeah.
So I say, I am worldwide. Because I got a worldwide bishop.
I got worldwide bishop.
He trained us to believe it too. So listen, popping planes got to get over that anxiety. Why? Because I can't tell the pastor when he called me, I can't come back, I can't fly. And I got to get over the anxiety of losing the destiny because I got control of it. I got to be able to know in my absence, the destiny's still going to stand. I got to be able to know in my absence, every leader going to still lead. So are you ready for me to be worldwide?
Yes, sir.
Something hear about this, so yeah.
No.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
For me? I'm going to say, are you ready for all of us to be worldwide?
Yes, sir.
I'm mature enough. Look at it. It take a William McDowell to understand a worldwide call on what's her name? Tasha Cobbs. Because if he was immature and he was being held up back, she wouldn't be a worldwide singer.
Right.
Can I tell you how mature to let you go to the world? That if God called you to the world, I'll say, hey, just make sure every now and then you put your tithes back in us.
Yeah.
See, what happened, the kingdom is suffering for community-minded people who got a worldwide call.
Yeah. That's good.
Y'all I'm saying some deep stuff that everybody don't want to hear tonight.
Yes, sir.
The kingdom of God is suffering because we're community-minded people with a worldwide call. And I'm telling you, you know when you take the community into the world? When the world make you who you are. The world can't make me who I am. I don't know why God got, I didn't study this. I want to keep going through my notes, but y'all, I got to do what God say do. This blessing anybody?
Yeah, man.
Listen, some of y'all say you cocky. I'm not cocky. I'm telling you I'm not cocky. Because my next 3 points, real quick, 3 points. 3 points. The first thing anybody who is not worldwide, who's making a worldwide transition and really believe in it, the first question you probably ask me is this here. Well, when am I supposed to go worldwide? How do I know when? How do I know when my story supposed to go worldwide? You know when you're ready to pray the prayer of Jabez. Everybody not ready to pray the prayer of Jabez. And it's first Chronicles 4:10. You know when you're ready to go worldwide is when you're ready to pray the prayer of Jabez. He says, God, bless me indeed and enlarge my territory. He didn't say, Lord, bless me with a big house. He said, Lord, bless me with a big car. He said, Lord, bless me with a big bank account. He said, Lord, bless me. That would bless me Barak. That what Barak means to kneel. Listen to me. Listen to me. Some of y'all that got so caught up in your small kingdom, to your small kingdom that makes you rise up and think you're somebody. When you say, God, well, I've been at this long. I have mastered it, and I'm about to think that I'm somebody. So God, I need you to bless me indeed. They want to bless me. My members are boy, if you don't say I'm going to bless you real good. You hear me? They want Barak me to yell, to scream. So I said, I need a blessing from God.
I need a blessing from
He
God.
says, he who humbles himself, I'll lift up. And he who lifts himself up, I'll humble. He says, I need to be humble. They want Barak means to kneel. It means to be yelled at. So I say, he's saying, God, in my season where I'm at, I feel like I'm all stripped up and I'm about to think I'm somebody. I need you to put me down on my face and give me another assignment.
Yes.
He says, bless me indeed. I've been preaching and now I'm getting bored. God needs something else to do because I'm about to think I'm somebody. I've been singing and think I'm really somebody because all I'm doing is command myself in Cold Spring and I realize that I go to Houston, they're going to blow me out the box. I need you to really measure me, God. Have you ever been in a place to where you've been saved so long that if I stay saved here long, I may go back?
Yeah.
I've been saved for a long while, but if I'm really think I'm somebody because I'm all around people who are way under me and everybody around me worse than me, and I need to get around somebody who make me feel like I ain't that good.
That's right. Yeah.
I need you to humble me, God.
Yes, sir, God.
I need another assignment. Sunday school just ain't gonna do. He's humble me, God. I need another assignment. You church just ain't gonna do. He's helping me, God. Ain't no assignment. Oh, what you mean you're going to give me to this in the first church? Because it's time for you to get humble because you ain't nobody. Much is given. Y'all not ready.
Yes, sir, Bishop.
Much is given.
Much is required.
So you know you got a worldwide ministry from number one when you're ready to pray the worldwide prayer. Enlarge my territory. So the territory. This is not real estate. This is region. Real estate without people has no responsibility. Region with people have responsibility. God, I think I'm in a place, God, I want more. I want more. I want more. I want more. What you said, God, I'm ready for the next level. I'm ready for the next level. So Somebody say, first thing you need to do
First thing you need to do,
is if you're empty,
if you're empty,
ask God
ask God
to bless you
to bless you
with a larger territory.
with a larger territory.
I ain't much territory, God. I'm in CRM and they fellowship and I'm there and I'm like, God, I'm getting frustrated. Because bishops say do it this way and I want to do it this way and I ain't about to tell that joker that he should do it this way, but I'm uncomfortable doing it that way and I need to do it this way. God said you need your own house. The day Keanu started telling me how to put the dishes, you can go find out how to put dishes up there. Why? Because how we do it here. If you're at a place where you know that God called you, you gotta ask God, God, show me where and how and why. And when I made the transition and God showed me, just because we leave the house doesn't mean you lose the Father. Bishop, I'm leaving, Bishop, but can you still cover me? If he would have said no, guess what? I'll still be here saying yes, sir, and uncomfortable. Because I want to make sure there's an agreement in my transition.
Yes.
And he says, son, yeah, you can go. You can go. I was there before. See, can that be out there? Sometimes we got to make a transition with people who make transitions of others.
Amen.
It's hard to make a transition with people who ain't never made transition. My wife got married to me. It took her 10 years to get to make a transition because she was used to make a transition with Tulu. My dad, we safe, we cool, we happy with a house, with everything right here. We ain't making many transitions. And Tulu made about 3 or 4. And my wife, Dad, don't get mad, I'm gonna tell the truth. And Tulu made about 3 or 4 transitions. I'm like, girls, chill, stop. We don't want to do all that. Stop. No, we don't need that. No. And she like, but I ain't used to being like this. See, when you get married, you gotta be willing to make transitions when it's tough.
Yes.
But I ain't married to you, why I'm fighting with you? Why am I fighting with you about my transition? Because listen, I'm not called to you, I'm called to God.
Yes.
Now we can fight because we're married. She's supposed to pull me up. Am I helping somebody? I don't know
Yes,
why I'm doing this. I feel free today. Can I? Okay, so in my marriage, you gotta be willing to take your hunger and feed my starvation. Because I've been so starving, I don't think I even deserve it. But when I get through letting you feed me, there's some things I'm going to feed you in too. Because one thing Tulu didn't teach you how to do is budget money, baby. We're going to make our transition, but we're going to budget too.
Make it.
Yeah, if Tulu didn't tell y'all where all the money was going, off this game, and she just did it, and she told y'all, no, you don't know, because I'm tired of fighting with you. Look at Keanu next year, Keanu. Can I help y'all? Keanu senior year next year. Guess what Keanu going to do all year next year? Somebody say what?
What?
I don't want to either, but I know I got to, because I feel in my spirit have to. Next year, the whole entire year, we're doing the budget together. She gonna count my money all year next year. Every budget, she gonna pay every bill. Why are you doing that, Bishop? Because I want you to know what it feels like to
Yes.
So when you get to college, you come back and saying, Dad, listen, you saw what the money was like.
Yes.
So you learn better to be some news.
Yes.
And when you get in your own house, you're gonna get some husband who don't know what you're doing. You say, look here, you ain't married some just anybody.
Right.
I know the value of
Yes.
I know it's just time to go. I'm gonna go. Somebody say the first thing you do
First thing you do,
when you know it's win,
you know what's when.
you pray the prayer Jay Bass. God, I need more. I need more, God. I feel like I need to be challenged. How many of y'all know for a fact you know your testimony, but you ready for your testimony to go to another level? I know I've been singing, but I want my singing to go to another level. I know I've been dancing, I want my dance. I know I got some of y'all, but I'm bored where I'm at. See, most folks don't teach you it's okay to get bored in God. It's okay. But He's a gentleman enough not to let you go to your next level until you ask for it. I'm not gonna just give it to you because then you're gonna appreciate it. But when you listen, I was in the house alone, babe, we ain't moving. Squirrels, listen, they do it in everybody's house. This is ours this time. She's like, if you don't move, I'm not doing this. Had my stepbrother come over and did their marriage counseling. He came over and they started running upstairs. What's that? Oh, that's the kids. We lying. But it got so bad, man. So I'm like, God, please! Get me out of this house. God said, I'll wait till you beg for it, but you don't beg for it, you want to appreciate it when you get it. God will make you so uncomfortable in your current level to where you're begging for your next level, knowing you don't even want it. Before you wanted it so bad to where you couldn't leave it, but God said, I couldn't let you have it until you wanted it so bad to where you didn't want it by time, but it's the only option I had. Make sense? Second thing you'll do, you know when you pray, somebody say, how? How is it going to make me worldwide? Well, they're going to play some soft for me so I can go. I hear music, I stop talking. Somebody say, how? The how is in Proverbs, I want to say 18 chapter and 16 verse. Somebody say, how God gonna make me worldwide? Sister Lindsay, how God gonna take your baskets worldwide? Somebody say, how? How God gonna, Brother Derek, God showed me you singing records, and it's going to bless so many people worldwide. I promise you, I wouldn't say it to you if I didn't believe it. I see it. I see it. I know the fact that God going to make my wife worldwide. I know it. And listen, this is what that important. When you got a worldwide calling, but now it's starting to be a worldwide frustration. Because I know I'm called worldwide, but I don't know how I'm going to get there. I just don't know. I just don't know. First, you got to be willing to speak to yourself first. Then you got to be willing to speak to your community second. Then you got to be willing to tell your region then. But then thirdly, you got to realize that you got to read Proverbs 18 and 16. Let's say Proverbs 18 and 16. Somebody read that for me. No, read all together. Ready to read. Stop. The first one, stick with your story. Don't change it. I don't care where you go. I don't care how sophisticated it gets. Perfect it, but don't change it. This is all I got is my gift. See, the problem is when we try to shift our community call and make it look worldwide. All you need is this. It's enough folks in this world who had a house that they couldn't afford and they didn't want to leave, and they eventually got pushed out. And at the end of what God told them, it's enough folks. I ain't got to make this look pretty. God don't need me to have a test to lie. All he want me to do is testify. Realize you are enough. Whatever you've been through, whatever you're going through, it's worldwide because there's enough folks across the world who need to hear your story. And if they don't want to hear it, don't waste your time. I promise you that somebody will come to you and say, how did you do that? How? And I perfected it in myself. I perfected it in the community. And I perfected it in my region. Listen, it says, ready to read, a man give, make it what? That what room means, widen the territory for him and bring it what? Him before what?
Great men.
Before what?
Great men.
Listen. I ain't trying to believe me for about 5 more minutes. Somebody say perfect it. Perfect it. Believe in it. You're enough. Your power and your pain is enough. And you do that enough, somebody in your community will tell your region. Somebody in your region will tell somebody in the world. And somebody in the world will call you and say, hold up. Listen, they don't all look like church. I got a school over here on the other side by Galveston. They have a business class. I told everything I do is on a practice region. I practice. I want you to preach to 7 high school classes. 7. Me, 7. I've been wanting to teach in high school, but I want to go do public speaking. Listen, I heard that you're a good public speaker. I heard that you can do business classes, and I want you to come teach to 7 high school classes, 45 minutes apiece. Somebody say, you entered out of your region into the world. The world don't have to look like church. And so I built a class called it Pathway to Purpose. I went to them 7 kids and say, you want to get on your pathway of purpose and get promoted in your pathway of purpose. The first thing I do, you got to know what you want to be when you grow up. You can't wait for mama to tell you. You can't wait for daddy to tell you. You can't wait for your cousin to tell you. You got to know yourself what you want to be to grow up. And you got to stop lying to yourself. I said, when I went to Channel 13 News, when I was a little kid in high school, I lied to Channel 13 News and everybody in there and told me I want to be an architecture engineer. Why? Because it sounded good. I said, don't you dare tell nobody what you want to do if you don't believe it yourself. I said, you're making me lie right now as a little child what you want to be when you grow up. I said, once you figure it out, I yelled at them just like that. Everybody, when the boys thought they was bad, I got their attention, look at me and look at me in my eyes like I'm about to tell them the rest of their life. But you figure it out, eat the pie. Eat it. They said, what you mean eat the pie? I say PIE, perform, image, and exposure. Do the job you're doing, do it great. Look good, do it, look good doing it. And when you find out what you want to be, get exposed to your next level. I said, when you do that, young man, young lady, I promise you walk out to school, won't nothing be able to stop you. If you don't make a decision right now as a freshman, where you're drinking water out of a faucet, you're going to end up a senior drinking water out of a fire hose with somebody else's hand on it. And it's going to blow you away because you're not ready. You either end up in prison or homeless or at home with mama. Either make your mind up now or look at yourself a mistake later on in life. I felt good because I was called to the world for the first time in my life. It wasn't just about church. It's because something in me was called outside the church. Sometimes you call to church in other parts of the world. But you gotta know, you got a worldwide calling on the inside of you. Why do you preach this, Bishop? Because we're not church changers. We're world changers. And you won't change the world if you think you don't belong to the world. God says that he told them at his exiting, now go into all the world. Well, what do I do when I get to the world, Brother Derek? What do I do? Tell them the gospel. What you mean the gospel? The good news. He died, he rose. You better not go tell them that good news in school. Yeah. They better be ready. I know he's all right. You can't take that to the world because they don't know he's all right. So what's the good news? I was once homeless, but now I got a house. I was once divorced, but now I got a good husband. I was once broke, but now I got some zeros in my bank account. I was once on drugs, but now I'm not. That's your good news. This is all you got. This is all you got. Don't look down on it. Your story is your glory. Believe it. Receive it. Then give it. That's it. Upreach, inreach, outreach. Upreach, inreach, outreach. The church is not growing because everybody doing upreach. Everybody recycling the word in, but nobody taking the word out. And when they do get out, they want to stay out because they think they can do it on their own. Somebody say, we need upreach, inreach, and outreach. I'm asking again, how many of y'all, when was the last time you preached? I'm asking one time, but how many of y'all got a story to tell? Can I tell you that road be filled and that road be filled if all y'all went out and told your story? He says, go into all of the world. Well, I'm not perfect yet. I still got some things to change there. He said, take what you got and tell what you know. When I know more, I say more. Right now is all I know. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I believe I'm worldwide, but I believe my anchor is in New Destiny. So we went out 2 years ago. I've always said, maybe you take New Destiny, but I'm not traveling where they're gonna be. I'm in the location. No, God says my anchor is here.
Yes. Yeah.
So everywhere I go, home will always pull it back. But God got something inside of me, y'all. You're not ready for me in 2020. I promise to God you're not ready in 2020. I promise you ain't ready in 2020. Why I'm not ready in 2020? Because every one of y'all who got something inside of you, but you've been scared to go do it. I've been scared of some stuff. There's some things inside of me. I've been scared, Daddy. I've been scared to be an entrepreneur. But for the first time in my life, I believe I'm an entrepreneur. But I didn't know what I was called to. I knew I had a calling on me. So in my side of me been jumping and been moving. And God said, next year, I want you to make the biggest leap in your life. Now, don't get scared. I ain't leaving my job until my entrepreneurship can overtake my lifestyle.
Right.
I'm taking a jump. Steve Harvey said he was homeless for over a year. He stole bologna and sandwiches in the store while he was acting like he was making groceries with the whole basket, but he got something to eat. He said, don't try it because I'm still stealing. But he said, but I knew I was called to bigger. Y'all, I'm tired of us settling for less.
Yes.
Why I say us? Because so the pastor, so the people. If I jump, I believe some of y'all will jump with me.
Yes, sir.
And I believe if some of y'all jump, I believe some of y'all family gonna jump with y'all. I believe if some of y'all family jump, listen, can we jump next year?
Yes, sir.
Y'all, I may not make it next year. Y'all might have to catch me on my glide. Because I'm gonna be jumping. And listen, I'm gonna wait on y'all. I'm gonna wait. But I know it's something in me. And I know I'm in practice. I'm sitting be able to God. For the first time in my life, I'm comfortable traveling around the world. I couldn't have done this if I was being a pastor doing this, but I'm comfortable. Someone say you're comfortable.
Be comfortable.
Father, right now in the name of Jesus, Lord, I don't